Привет, товарищи, и добро пожаловать на мой YouTube show. So today I'm going to talk about the history of the famous Russian or Soviet hat, which is known as Ushanka. So this is what an Ushanka is. So this is Ushanka. So Ushanka, Ushi means ears, and Shapka means fur, from what I recall correctly. And so this hat is designed to keep your ears warm, like this. It's used to keep your ears warm like this. So this is Ushi means ears, and Shapka means fur, from what I recall correctly. And so this hat is to keep your ears warm, and it also keeps your jaw from the cold or from the winter whenever it's cold. Whenever you go somewhere cold, like upstate of the United States, like Jersey or New York City or some other states in the north of the United States or whatever. And so this is why you have this there, so it can protect your ears from the cold. And so that is how you could also wear it like this too if you want to. You could wear it like this too. You could wear it like this. So this is Ushanka. And this, I kind of like to wear it this way because I think it's pretty cool and it's pretty decent, and it could keep your head warm whenever it's cold. And so I like to wear the hat this way because I think it's pretty badass though too. Looks pretty nice. And so, okay, anyway, I'm going to talk about a little history of Ushanka. So Ushanka is a hat that was used a lot in the Soviet Union and now in the present day Russia. They still use it to this day in Russia though too. So my aunt got me this when I was in Jersey last week. This was Wednesday of last week. So I got this hat last Wednesday when I was over there, last Wednesday of last week. And I think it's a pretty cool hat. I like it a lot. And it's made, and my aunt got me this hat, and it had a little medal, but poor thing, I took it off and I couldn't put it back on. So that was kind of, that was not really cool. So, and then my aunt's going to get me a couple more Ushankas. This one was going to be the Russian symbol, and then one is going to be for the Russian eagle, and the other one is going to be with the Soviet hammer and the cyclid. So I think it's going to be very cool. So I'm going to be collecting a collection and stuff like that. Okay, so anyway, Ushanka in if you translate it to English, it means air flap hat, which is to keep your ears warm. This part of the hat keeps your ears warm. And so, and that's why it's called Ushanka. And so that is one of the reasons why. And then also it's called Ushanka. And so also it's that is also, and then Ushanka is made out of rabbit hair, and it's made out of sheep hair, from what I recall correctly. And it's made out of those animal fur, out of those animal furs, out of a rabbit and a sheep, from what I recall correctly, from what I remember reading till now. And so this hat I have on was made in Russia. And so my aunt got me this hat, and I think it was a Russian guy that was from Los Angeles, and he got me this hat, and I think it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool because I never wore a hat like this in my life, and so this is the first time I'm wearing an Ushanka hat. And I think it looks pretty badass and stuff. So I think it looks pretty decent though too. And there's a lot of pictures of it on Google though too. It has the U.S. President President Gerald Ford, the President of the United States, and with Soviet General Secretary of the Communist Party of USSR, Leonid Brezhnev. They were standing together, and they were standing together. It was a picture in the 70s. I think it was 1974, I believe, when when Ford visited the Soviet Union, the Vladivostok, which is located in Russia, but then it was the USSR, which is called the Russian Federation now. And so that's what it's called now. And then I think they met up there for some like nuclear talk or something like that, to not use any nuclear weapons or something. And so and a lot of people in Russia wear this hat to keep their ears warm whenever it's the winter or something like that. And they have a lot of those hats in the movies though too, and like Slotki Piaram and a bunch of other Soviet films they had in the future. I mean, they had in the past when Soviet Union was still a country. And so they still use it to this day still. And I think they didn't use the symbol, the hammer and the cyclet. They didn't use that in this when it was the Soviet era. They probably used this hat that I'm wearing, or they probably wear the hammer. I don't remember. And so during the Cold War time, it was used in a lot of wars in the Warsaw Pact countries like East Germany and Soviet Union or USSR, and it was used throughout all other nations, other East communist nations in the Eastern Europe. And so they used that a lot in the Eastern Bloc countries when the Cold War was going on. And so they used, and then after the fall of communism, the East Germans stopped wearing Ushanka because the fall of communism started to take place in the East Germany. And so a lot of people don't wear this hat out right now. And so I actually had a couple of people, as a matter of fact, when I was in McDonald's in New Jersey, some people in McDonald's were looking at me because I was wearing this hat and stuff like that. They didn't say anything to me. So I was fine with that. They didn't say anything to me, and I just didn't. I didn't I didn't ask them anything. So because I had the symbol on, not the Soviet symbol, but the Russian symbol on, and so I wanted to wear it because it was very cold over there, because I think it was around maybe 40 degrees or something like that, and I think it was snowing or something, or it was raining, and so that's why I wanted to wear the hat on, and so I thought that was maybe a good idea to wear the hat, basically, and so yeah, I thought that was a good idea, wearing it outside when it was cold in New Jersey, when I was staying there until yesterday, until Sunday, and then I came back here and came back home, basically. And so this hat has a lot of history. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So please drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. До свидания, спокойной ночи, goodbye.